So here we are, map number 4, the best of 7. And well, we're already on match point. Scary times. Spawning up in the top right hand position as the blue Protoss player. He represents TT Esports. He has got to win 4 maps in a row if he wants to take home the majority of this prize money. None other than WhiteRa. And his opponent, to the top left, the Red Zerg, who so far this evening is playing incredibly good. None other than Team Liquid's Rhett.
And you know, Rhett has been a little greedy today. I'm very interested to see if he goes hatch first at the gold, 3 hatch before pool at the gold, or anything like that. Because honestly, it's been working pretty well for him, the greedy play, to be completely honest. And WhiteRa looks like he's going to be going for the gateway first once again. He hasn't opted for Forge once this series, which is fairly interesting. But if Rhett's realized that this is what WhiteRa's go-to style is, he may well throw out some greed here, especially since he's got 3 maps to lose.
And that's the thing that's actually going to be really pressing on Rhett's mind, is that not so much that he's got 1 map left to win in order to take the prize, but the fact that, as you said, he's got 3 maps he can lose, and that gives you such a massive heap of confidence as a player to do things that are very risky, to do things that are very bold, to do things that may very well be all or nothing, because the worst case scenario is you lose the game then and there, in which case you got 2 more to try and make it go your way.
And not only that, but that just means that you get to pick the next map too. Like,
exactly.
This is not a veto system, guys. I assume they vetoed down to 1 map, and then basically from there on it's been loser pick. So WhiteRa has picked all of these maps, and Rhett, that means that WhiteRa's played the maps that he likes. Rhett's just got maps that WhiteRa presumably doesn't like as much left in the map pool. So it cannot be overstated how good a position Rhett is in right now. But if there's one player who is more experienced than 99% of all other pro gamers, it's WhiteRa. He's used to pressure, Madals.
Maybe this is one of his new special tactics. Go 3-0
Lose
down.
3 games in a row so that you can impress your fans even more.
Lull your opponent into a false sense of security. Maybe that's what it is. Perhaps we'll see an amazing comeback, and it's not impossible. And I really want to stress that there's been so many times throughout not only StarCraft, but many different esports, many different sports in general, where people have made incredible comebacks. And so, don't count WhiteRa out just yet.
And he is playing pretty greedy, going at Gateway Nexus, or Gateway Core Nexus. And basically, he didn't get the Zealot out. He's playing as greedy as you possibly can without going Nexus first. And I like that he didn't go Nexus first on this map, just because the rush distance is so short. Meanwhile, though, Rhett has gone for a gas. He's got his speed about 1/3 of the way done. And while he does have a decent number of drones out already, he's already producing lings. And that's actually quite a lot of lings, Madals. He's going to be getting 1/3 at the gold, but he's going up to a total of 8 lings already.
And this isn't a bad choice, because, correct me if I am mistaken, Penguin, but I believe WhiteRa has actually opened every game so far this series with 2 Stalkers chrono boosted out.
That he has. So now, these lings are going to do very well against the Stalkers. 8 lings should be able to kill off the 2 Stalkers with good surround, especially with speed. Speed not quite done, and Red's opting to actually not show the lings until speed's done, and I like that a lot.
He's also got in a nice position, because if WhiteRa were to try and escape out with this Stalker, he'd have to go through quite a tight choke where the lings could easily come and surround, and that's what they're going to be doing. 1 Stalker goes down, the next Stalker backed into a bit of a corner. The Mothership Core has enough energy for a recall, going to utilize that to get away with at least 1 of those Stalkers. But that was a nice little pick off there for Rhett already, and he's adding in more Zerglings.
This is gigantic for Rhett, because this also means that WhiteRa has no overcharge. He has no energy on that Mothership Core. It's going to be a long time until he has an overcharge done. He's noticed that the pylons are out here. He's going to be able to force a cancel on 1 pylon, kill off the other one. From there, though, he is showing off that he has a lot of lings, so WhiteRa has a lot more time to prepare. I assume we'll see him warp in another sentry, maybe 2, to make sure that he doesn't die to this. But the problem is, even if he's got a decent worker count, 32 to 29, there's a gold base for Rhett. He can start mining that very efficiently.
So in now come a couple of Lings. WhiteRa really needs to throw down that sentry, is going to do so. With the Stalker there as well, the sentry is going to survive. The grand total of warp gates is currently sitting at 3. So we do need to see a couple more units warped in. Ideally a few more sentries just to keep that safe and secure. WhiteRa looking to try and take that third base at the gold, but Ret easily scouting it and picks up the probe that was in position to do it.
Yeah, that's going to delay the Nexus, and in turn, that's going to mean that the Nexus is going to have even less health when these 12 additional Lings do close the distance. And, well, this is a huge Link committal from Ret. 22 more on the way. I assume we may even see some more come on out for him, and a couple of Roaches, too. He really wants this third base, and honestly, there's not that much that WhiteRa has to defend this. If he defends this, though, he's going to be at a pretty good spot.
There really isn't too much, and with the Roach Warren now done, Roaches in production, not to mention the boosted economy from Ret having this gold base, this is quite a substantial push. But there is a drawback. Not many drones, however, oh no, WhiteRa again leaving his natural undefended. No complete wall off, and Speedlings streaming through, taking down so many probes. This is disastrous for WhiteRa.
And the push that he was doing at the same time cleaned on up. The Zealots at the natural that were warped in are dead. All of the probes are dead. Ret is on the verge of taking the 4-0. GG from WhiteRa. Ret will take a 4-0 sweep in this best of 7 next show match.